Under the scorching sun of Babylon, Macedonian, Greek, and Persian veterans stand, their armor gleaming with ominous anticipation. Tension fills the air as they await orders for a campaign in Arabia. A clumsy soldier struggles with a supply cart near the palace gate, his face slick with sweat. A royal throne crashes from the cart, shattering on the stones, the sound echoing like a death knell. A superstitious hush falls as the soldiers stare at the wreckage, a sense of foreboding settling over them. A night of revelry in Medius's quarters. Alexander, pale, drowns his sorrows in wine, toasting to immortality. Ptolemy watches Alexander's descent with growing concern, whispering to Seleucus. He drinks to drown his pain. Amidst the drunken celebration, Alexander clutches his side, a sudden grimace of agony contorting his face. The goblet slips from his grasp as Alexander collapses. The music abruptly halts, replaced by stunned silence. The revelry is shattered as Alexander falls, his supposed immortality challenged by the harsh reality of human frailty. Dawn breaks over the palace as Bagoas tends to Alexander, whose fevered body thrashes in the grand bed. Pale and sweating, Alexander's unfocused eyes dart around, lost in a delirium of war and conquest. The Hydaspes, elephants, so many, Alexander mutters, his words painting a grim picture of battles fought. Bagoas gently sponges Alexander's brow, his voice a soothing balm against the ravages of fever. My lord, you are safe. You are in Babylon. Rest, Bagoas urges, his concern etched deeply in his features as he watches over the king. Alexander's eyes snap open, wild and haunted. Safe? There is no safe, Bagoas, only conquered and unconquered. Generals whisper in the throne room, their faces grave, awaiting news from behind the closed doors. Cassander enters, his contempt barely veiled as he surveys the scene, his eyes fixed on Alexander's chamber. This is absurd, Cassander sneers, his words laced with disdain for Alexander's perceived delusions. His arrogance and Persian affectations are an insult to Macedon, he declares, his voice sharp. A rattling cough pierces the air, originating from Alexander's room, silencing the room. Every eye in the throne room snaps towards the closed door, the cough hanging heavy in the air. Inside the palace, Alexander lies in bed, a feverish delirium gripping him. His face is flushed, his eyes wild with fever. He shouts commands to unseen soldiers, his voice hoarse and strained, each word a struggle. Desperation claws at his throat as he cries out for Hephaestion, his voice raw with grief. Elsewhere, Aristander studies a sacrificed sheep's liver, his brow furrowed with worry. The entrails reveal a grim omen, a dark truth etched into the bloody organ. Aristander's face reflects the weight of his realization, a silent acknowledgement of impending doom. Candlelight flickers across Roxana's tear-streaked face as she kneels beside Alexander's bed, her world teetering on the edge of collapse. Bagoas watches, a stoic figure amidst the sorrow, his focus sharp as he prepares to translate Roxana's desperate pleas. Please, Alexander, you must live. Live for our son, Roxana implores, her voice thick with emotion, a desperate plea against fate. Bagoas translates with solemn gravity. She says he will be king, Alexander. Our son will rule, echoing her fierce hope. Alexander's voice, a mere whisper of its former strength, cuts through the heavy air, the strongest. The flickering candlelight casts long shadows, turning the room into a canvas of despair and fading hope as life ebbs away. Senior officers gather silently, their faces etched with respect as they bid farewell to Alexander in the dim morning light. Perdiccas steps forward, his voice barely a whisper. The ring, if you please, sire. Alexander's gaze sweeps over Perdiccas, Ptolemy, Seleucus, and Peucestes. Each look heavy with unspoken legacy. With a monumental effort, Alexander removes his signet ring, his trembling hand letting it fall onto the bed. Under the relentless sun, the palace courtyard buzzes with whispers of Alexander's nearing end. Macedonian veterans surge forward, a tide of weathered faces hungry for a glimpse of their king. Discontent rumbles, a low growl threatening to shatter the fragile peace of the palace. Perdiccas, his face a mask of grim resolve, barks orders, his voice sharp and commanding. Allow them to pass, he commands, his gesture a calculated attempt to control the brewing storm. One by one, maintain order. His words echo, a desperate plea against the encroaching chaos. In the dim bedroom, grizzled soldiers file past Alexander's bed, their faces etched with worry. Alexander raises a weary hand, acknowledging each man with a faint, grateful smile. An old soldier, overcome with emotion, breaks from the line, tears streaming down his weathered face. He kneels, kissing Alexander's hand in a gesture of profound love and desperate farewell. The room is heavy with unspoken grief, the air thick with a sense of impending loss. Sunset hues paint the bedroom as Alexander lies still, his breath shallow. Bagoas watches over him. Alexander's gaze is fixed on the ceiling, his expression unreadable as life ebbs away. Bagoas leans in, his voice soft with concern. "Are you in pain?" Silence hangs heavy in the air. Alexander offers no reply. A final stillness descends as Alexander's eyes close, the room bathed in the fading light. The council chamber erupts in chaos, a storm of accusations and shouts echoing through the ornate hall. Bagoas enters, his face ashen, silencing the room with his grave presence. An oppressive silence descends, the weight of the world heavy on every heart. Ptolemy watches the unfolding drama, his expression grim, and so it begins. Perdiccas, lost in thought, stares intently at the ring on his finger, oblivious to the surrounding tension. Roxana's scream pierces the palace as she clutches her belly, defenseless. The army descends into chaos, a storm of fear and uncertainty. Cassander's cold smile slices through the turmoil, a silent promise of ruthless ambition and calculated power. The council's debate ignites, a battle of wills over who will control the throne. The fate of Roxana's unborn child and Alexander's half-brother hangs in the balance, puppets in a deadly game. Ptolemy's gaze drifts towards Egypt, a silent vow to claim his prize amidst the looming wars of the Diadochi. Inside the embalming room, Egyptian priests reverently prepare Alexander's body, their movements precise and skilled. Incense smoke fills the air, mingling with the rich, sweet scent of myrrh. Ptolemy watches the embalming, his expression unreadable as he observes the sacred ritual. His presence commands attention, a silent testament to his ambition and authority. Ptolemy's voice echoes in his mind, a calculated declaration. They will make him a god, legitimizing the throne of whoever possesses him. He concludes, his gaze unwavering. A grand funeral procession begins, a cart of immense scale led by dozens of mules. The ornate cart, carrying Alexander, starts its long journey towards Egypt. Inside the cart, Alexander's body lies in state, preserved in golden honey. Unbeknownst to many, Ptolemy has seized control, steering the procession toward his own ambitions. The camera sweeps back, showcasing the vast empire stretching from Greece to India, a testament to conquest and ambition. A lone cart rumbles along the dusty highway from Babylon, carrying secrets and destinies on its worn wheels. The map unfurls, a fragile symbol of unity soon to shatter under the weight of generals' desires. Antigonus in Asia, Seleucus in Babylon, Ptolemy in Egypt, Cassander in Macedon, their ambitions etched in the sands of time. Text appears over the highway from Babylon. Alexander the Great died in the palace of Nebuchadnezzar II, aged 32. Cause remains debated. His death led to 40 years of war. Text superimposed over the highway indicates. The text continues. His empire shattered. His body was hijacked and entombed in Alexandria. The final words linger, casting a shadow over the ancient road. Entombed in Alexandria. The screen fades to black, leaving only the echo of Alexander's fate against the backdrop of Babylon.